Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna tell you about the top 20 movies where a demon wins. I made this list a couple years ago and it got over 7,000 views, which is the most that anything I published has ever gotten, so I decided to make a video out of it. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first one is Don't Deliver Us from Evil. This is a pretty old movie from 1971, and it's about just two girls in like a Christian school who become Satanists, and they end up killing themselves on stage. They end up setting themselves on fire, and like the whole time they're always getting away with being Satan worshippers and actually having fun. The second one is The 18th Angel. This movie has an open ending with Satan manifesting in his vessel. The third is the Omen saga, like that's actually Omens 1 through 4, like including the final conflict. It's about the Antichrist, as in the son of the devil. In the beginning he's like a child, but he gets older later and also has a descendant. The eighth one is Rosemary's Baby. Maternal instinct prevails over everything, and the woman ends up caring for the Antichrist and accepting him as his own child. And the next one is The Last Exorcism Part 2. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, because a girl ended up joining forces with a demon and starting the apocalypse. Next up is Angel Heart. This one is more metaphorical, but at the end the devil says, if I had horns and a tail, would I have been more convincing? So this one is kind of more like lawyer-ish, stuff like that, devil's advocate. So if you're into that, you might like it. Next is Paranormal Activity. I wasn't sure if this was a demon or a ghost, but it says here it was a demonic presence, so I guess I was right. But yeah, it makes a mockery out of humans and lives to tell the tale. There's also part 2, but I don't think it wins in the part 2. The next movie is Al-Qarda. This one is really old and also very confusing, but the Satanists do win, and so it's worth watching. And the next movie is Satan's Children from 1975. This is one of the best satanic movies I've ever seen, after the Atticus Institute, I think. A guy joined a satanic cult and got revenge on everybody. After that comes Darkness Reigns. This one is kind of like a parody, but not really, because a guy sells his soul and gets famous for it. Like he's in a rock band, I think. I'm not sure. Then along came the devil. This one shows like the quote-unquote the true nature of Christians. They couldn't save the possessed girl, so they locked her up with many others. Then Ashley sort of connects with a demon. Next one is The Witch. It's set in the 1700s in England, and there's an entire Christian family, and the sole survivor ends up selling her soul to Satan. Next is The Black Coat's Daughter. This one has really good music, and it has a really complex plot. It's not chronological at all, so it took me a while to grasp what it was actually doing. And the ending was kind of tragic, but the demon did get what he wanted. As for Skellig, I'm not sure if he's a demon again, but he looks like one, or at least a fallen angel. They call him the Old Man, that's what they refer him to, but he does have superpowers and look like a demon. Next up is the Atticus Institute. That's something I watched recently and I really loved it. Like the military tried to harness a demon's power for evil to like attack other countries, and the demon was having none of it. He was in control the whole time, and it was just amazing to watch, like an amazing display of power. The next one is Relic. Basically the grandmother who was affected with Alzheimer's slowly turns into a demon. Like her skin peels off and everything to reveal a demon inside. And the mother ends up just accepting the demon later as part of the family after the dust has settled. After that, we got Pray for the Devil. one is actually about a nun who wants to become an exorcist, and it goes awry. Like she ends up getting possessed. Her daughter ends up getting possessed, like she's the little girl from the story, and 2 other people get possessed, and demons follow her into the Vatican, and it ends on a cliffhanger where she's like in a cab, and there's demons around her, and she's holding a cross. And the last one I have here is Starry Eyes. It's about an actress in Los Angeles who works like a waitress, and she's trying to get an audition. And when she finally lands the audition, it's actually made by a satanic cult, and they're trying to find a vessel for a demon. And in the end, it all goes well. She goes on a murder spree, and she becomes the vessel for the demon. She sort of transforms, and she becomes prettier. So, those were the 20-ish movies where demons or devil or the Antichrist wins. Hope you like and subscribe. Bye bye.